best. You know, I love the world of boxing. I really want to bring you, the fans, the most exciting fights that we possibly can. There's a lot of action in the welterweight division, and I'm trying to make it more exciting. We got several people on the radar. Really, all the champions in the welterweight division. I believe I see Paulie back there. How you doing, Paulie? How you doing, buddy? How long you gonna duck me, son? What do I gotta do to get your approval to step in the ring? Okay. So when I get on that stage and I come at you, you better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Yes, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. And again, Porter working the body, although that one was just below the belt line. But Sean Porter, Thurman coming back with a couple of left hooks to the body. Big right hand. Fireworks at the end of the third round.
And still, WBA welterweight champion of the world, Keith one-time Thurman.
Hey, Philly, hold up, Philly. If y'all want to see me whip this guy's ass, make some noise.
Keith Thurman has been down once in his career. Garcia has never been on the canvas, but they are throwing with bad intentions early. Oh, but there's a sweeping left hook by Thurman.
He is now the WBA and WBC unified welterweight champion of the world, Keith one-time Thurman.
I got no L's. None. Now, granted, I ran from a lot of fights. That is what it is. Ain't nobody got it on tape. You know what I mean? I had to do sucker punch in 6th grade, you know, playing tetherball, but ain't nobody have it back then because nobody have cell phones. So as far as on the camera goes, I got no L's, you know.
Oh, you guys know who he is.
So what do you make of the whole situation that's going on with Keith and him saying he doesn't want to fight Spence?
The reason why... Well, he's messed up right now. He got an elbow, fucked up elbow. Then he broke his elbow. Let's put it like that. You take a fight when you messed up. He's messed up, bro.
So he's right in his reasoning with that.
Definitely said he wanted that fight. He's not even fighting in March. No, it's not even listen, bro. He messed up, bro. You just don't want to say he ain't the same man.
Why isn't Keith Thurman? Why come Keith Thurman have only fought once in 2 years? You know what I mean? How come Golden Boy ain't? If Keith don't get active, I'm gonna be honest. The WBC may need to step in and move his title. If he doesn't get active, and I'm not trying to. Somebody big gonna call you his bigger brother. He's making us look bad. I'm just keeping it honest. You know, you should have fought Jesse. Jesse's, you know, sitting over there, but I should have fought him. I know he's getting.
Undefeated. Undefeated.
What up, everybody in the YTBC? A big shout out to #ComeBackToBoxing. Big shout out to Boxing United. A big shout out to the MOBC and to the A-side boxing community. So I'm sure everybody has heard the news that Keith one-time Thurman has vacated his WBC welterweight championship title. Now let's be clear. He vacated. He was not stripped. He vacated and was given emeritus status, meaning whenever he does come back, he has a title shot. So whoever holds the WBC welterweight title at that time will have to face Keith one-time Thurman. So I have some mixed feelings about this. Now, it's been no secret I am a Keith Thurman fan. I have been since day one. Since I started this channel, I've always backed up Keith Thurman. I've always defended him. I've always stood up for him, but I've also always been very honest as well. As a Keith Thurman fan, you know, I can't help but to feel a little disheartened. But at the same time, I am a boxing fan. And I am a boxing fan before I'm a fan of any man. So ultimately, I'm actually quite happy with the decision that he's made to relinquish his title so that others may get a shot at it. In fact, I would go as far to say that he should maybe go ahead and vacate his WBA title, especially if they are willing to give him champion in, I believe they call it champion in recession. I think that's what the WBA calls it. Until Keith one-time Thurman is physically up to the task of fighting again. Now, me along with a bunch of other people, we've also noticed that he doesn't seem to have the same hunger and drive that he once had. He doesn't seem to be as much into the sport as he used to be. He was very hungry and was looking to get any name that he could, and it just seems like once he became that name, he became complacent. He seemed to have lost some pep in his step. Now, he doesn't seem too keen on fighting other champions right now, such as Errol Spence Jr., and I haven't even heard him utter Jeff Horn's name. When asked to, if he would fight Terrence Crawford, he didn't seem too keen on getting in the ring with Crawford either. If his heart truly isn't in the sport anymore, it may just be time for him to consider retirement. As much as I hate to say it, I mean, I would love to see Keith Thurman 2-3 times a year. But as of late, we're lucky to see him even once. So really, if his heart isn't in this anymore, the right thing to do is just to hang it up. One reason would be because he wouldn't be giving the fight fans what they're paying their hard-earned money to see. And to be honest, I mean, if he gets in the ring with a young hungry lion who's looking to make a statement, Keith one-time Thurman is going to become a victim. He's going to find himself in the very place that we see Manny Pacquiao heading, where he could very well be losing to fighters he has no business losing to. Now, in the case of Manny Pacquiao, he's pretty much achieved ATG status. He has nothing more to prove. His problem is he just doesn't know when to stop. In the case of Keith Thurman is still really in his prime. He's at his peak. And it's a shame to see that he's not taking advantage of it. Also, if Keith Thurman were to retire at this time, as much as I like him and as much of a fan as I've been of his, he's not ATG status. If he were to retire right now, he would not go down in the books as an all-time great. That's just me being honest. Now, if he were to continue if he were to show us that he still has that hunger, that he still has what it takes to be a world champion, if he were to say, maybe that's exactly what he needs, is to lose those belts so that he'll regain that hunger. Because since he won that WBC title, it doesn't seem like he has been talking anything about being undisputed. And ultimately, that's what all us fans want. We're tired of there being 4 champions, 8 if you count their number 1 contenders, because they get a belt as well. We want 1 per division. And it's just very disheartening when we see cases like in the light heavyweight division, where one person had 3 of the 4 belts, and then those belts ended up getting dispersed somehow amongst other fighters. Same thing with what we're seeing with Triple G, where I believe he got stripped of the IBF, or he got stripped of one of his belts, from what I heard. It's disheartening to see where we're so close to having a undisputed champion in a division, and it gets taken away from us. You know, we did see it with Terrence Crawford, but that was short-lived when the IBF stripped him. So then what did Terrence Crawford say? He said, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and move up and become undisputed at 147. It's very disheartening. But I think Keith Thurman made the right choice. If he's going to be out much longer, I think he should go ahead and do the same with the WBA. And, best of luck to him. Congratulations to him on his marriage. And, if he retires, congratulations on an early retirement. He hasn't really had the worst career. He hasn't had the best. Like I said, he's far from all-time great status, but I don't want to see Keith Thurman get hurt. And the way he's going, I don't see him faring well against Errol Spence Jr. or Terrence Crawford. The only way that he would really have any chance if he was to go up against another has-been, because Keith Thurman is borderline a has-been. Going up against Manny Pacquiao, I would actually give him a good shot against Manny Pacquiao at this time. Back when Keith Thurman was hungry, not that long ago, I would say he would definitely beat Manny Pacquiao at Manny Pacquiao's current state. But anyways, it is what it is. Hopefully Keith Thurman finds what he's looking for. Hopefully he recovers from these injuries and that he can come back stronger. But to all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble on this video, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
Undefeated.